There we are. There I am. Where are you?
I don't know.
I see you at the bottom. I don't see you at the top.
I have absolutely no idea.
So, hi everybody who's not watching. It's entirely possible that you can see Sarah Bigelow and we can't, but she's there. You can hear her.
Yeah,
Uh,
I don't know what's going on. I don't know why I'm not in the picture.
I'm gonna try. Yeah, no, I think it's on your end, except that no, because you're on the bottom of this screen.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
See, this is why I wanted to do a dual stream with a friend first, because I don't feel as weird about it because it's you. Yeah, I don't know what's happening, but anyway, we can hear you, so that's what counts, right?
Hold
So
on.
and anyway, nobody's watching.
Okay.
I haven't even told anybody about these streams yet because I'm like, I want to make sure that I have like things dialed in and also like some replays for people to watch when they get there and all that jazz.
Well, I
So
just made it big.
yeah, it's still not
Maybe
showing.
it's, you know what? Maybe my camera is linked somewhere it's not supposed to be.
Oh, so it's like showing up on a tablet somewhere.
Hang on. Let me try to stop my camera and then start it again, and maybe that'll help because I unplugged it from a different monitor. So,
Oh, something showed up. Nope.
no? Hold on. Let's try settings and see. Okay.
So we're
Camera.
authors, not
Not tech people.
yeah. It's like when I'm at an event and people are like, "Oh my gosh, your covers are so pretty." I'm like, "Yeah, someone else did that. I'm good at words, not pictures." Apparently, we're not good at pictures on the computer either,
No, apparently we're not.
or videos, I guess,
Hold
is the
on. Let me see. And I'm over here using my phone. Hold on. Hang on. I have that.
I'm just gonna make funny faces until you.
Nope, that didn't.
Oh, now it's just me. She went away. Bye, Sarah. So, I'm doing well though. I wrote 3,000 words yesterday on Devil's Triangle, so that's exciting. I'm really excited about that, and I figured out if I write 3,000 words a day for like the next 2 weeks, except for the 2 days that I work my day job at the co-op, then I can finish it. And, you know, if you've watched any of the replays, you know that this is a series that I've been struggling with for 2 years. So I'm so excited to be potentially, maybe, finishing this book, which is the last book in the series, and then I can finally release book one because I'll be able to send it to Kickstarter backers, and then I can release book one. I've pushed back this release so many times, and I'm about to push it back again because I had it set for June, and like, yeah, okay, book one is done. Like, I could technically release book one, and also like technically Kickstarters have gotten it because I sent them the ebook when I finished it, but also like that's kind of not really what we're going for. You know what I mean? Oh, Sarah's back. Let's add her to the
Oh,
stage.
hey!
I see her. So this
We
is
did
Sarah.
it! I don't know
She's
what
not just
happened
a
or
black
how it
screen.
worked. Yay! I'm an actual person, I promise.
A real author. Yay.
I has written books, yes.
How many books do you
And
have?
I'm
Like
excited.
57?
I have no idea. I mean, if we count box sets, probably around that.
Yeah, I feel like you said that the other day when I was like, "Oh my god, I have to do all my metadata for like 13 books," and you're like, "Fuck you."
Yeah, I got like 60 something to do. And the problem is I write really ahead of where I am publishing wise, so like I have books that I got to do the metadata for that aren't going to be out for like a year or so.
Well, yeah, same here. Like like I say I've got 13 books, or I guess 14. I've got like 14 books, but like I only have 8 books published, you know.
Yep.
So it's a little bit silly. But so
I am
metadata,
excited
for
though
those of
that
you who
you're
don't know, is like all of the shit that shows up on like your sales pages on like Amazon and Barnes and Noble and Kobo and all those places. And so you have to have like keywords
and
and categories, and you've got your blurb, obviously, and you've
and that
got
can be different depending on what platform you're on, because things are different places.
Google Play doesn't have keywords that you can put in on the back end, so you have to like work them into your blurb, because of course it's run by Google, so it's like, oh, they like search engine optimization is like
whatever. Yep.
The thing. So and then they used to want you to do like just a line of keywords
words at the bottom. I remember that. And now they're like, no, don't do that.
Yeah, but I was going back and doing my metadata, right? And so I like realized that my audiobooks on Google still had the old way. And so I had to go in and change that while I'm like recording all this stuff in my Google Docs
giant sheet
situations. Yep. Yeah.
Which I will be doing in like a week and a half.
Godspeed. Yeah. I still haven't finished mine. I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna take a little break from this and do some fucking writing, which the writing needs to happen. The writing
100%. I literally wrote half a book in 3 days this past weekend. That's like a week ago. I'm still recovering. I didn't intend to do that.
Though. Like some people write like 10,000 words a day. It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, I only seem to do it like when I'm up against an admittedly self-imposed deadline, but like, yeah. So like this was the last book that I owed backers for my Kickstarter from October, and I'm like, must get it done. And so I sat and I did it. And then I internally cried a little bit with relief that it was finally done.
Well, only internally. That's cool.
I almost cried externally.
Like, regularly. So, you know.
Yeah.
And then my cats come up and they're
like, are you okay?
What's going on? You've got some delicious saltiness going on. Can we lick your face? I'm like, I want to think that you like want to comfort me, but I think you're just in it for the salt.
Yeah. You're opportunistic. That's what you are.
It's all right. They're pretty. That's their main purpose, is to be pretty.
I'm not much of a cat person. I don't know.
Oh, I'm more of a cat person than a dog person. Don't tell Chalupa.
I mean, I'm like, yes, they're really, really cute as kittens, but then they turn into cats, and then I just don't like them.
No, see, because they're inscrutable and weird, like me.
Right, what you're telling me is like your spirit animal is a cat. Like if you were a shifter, you would be a cat.
I don't know. There's too many aminals out there to say for sure. Like, what if there's one that I just don't know about yet? Like, I can't just be like, yeah, I'm a common house cat, when actually I'm a blue-throated mere snake. Now I'm gonna write a blue-throated mere snake into my Fae world that I haven't published yet.
Hey, you haven't published it yet.
Oh my god, that's 2 more books that I've written that I haven't, that aren't on that list. My fucking Do-Overs books.
All right.
God damn it. They're just novellas, but they count.
They do.
Oh, goddamn motherfucker. This is the one, so if you've watched the replays of these, this is the one I was talking about that I'm like pissed that Stephen King stole my idea. Obviously, he didn't actually steal my idea. It exists, but
I feel like people should be able to see that like your like campaign for that has been up forever.
It has.
And then it clearly explains like what your premise is.
Yeah, it says something the year
like of the story
snail
and mail and everything.
Yeah, year-long snail mail story subscription or something like that.
Yeah, no, it's been up for a while too. Like
it has, and also I bitched about it on YouTube. So anyone who's like, "Oh, that's so cool! Like you're just doing what Stephen King did," I'll be like, "Bitch,
nope, I did it first.
There's a paper trail."
I put this up on pre-launch in like 2023.
Yeah, I think it was 22 actually.
It might have.
I don't know. I'm afraid to look. I bet there's like a lot of people on there too, because like, I mean, I didn't push it, but also like people can find things on Kickstarter, and it's been up for so long that I bet there's like a pre-launch. like crowd.
Yeah. I'm one of those people, so I periodically go and peek at it and see where it's at. I think you might have like closed in around 50 or something already.
Ooh, nice. That's pretty good for 0
Promotion? Hell yeah.
promotion. Yeah. Like I feel like a lot of people promote and don't get 50. So
Yeah. Yeah, I have one that hit 50 like earlier this year, and it's
Mhm.
not coming out until 2028, so I'm like, okay. My goal
Nice.
is to get like 200 or 300 people if
Yeah,
possible,
that
because it's
seems
a 10th
doable.
anniversary, like super duper snazzy special edition. Like,
Oh, of Seasons?
yes.
Nice.
Yes, I'm so
So Seasons
excited.
of Magic, for those of you again who are my loyal fans and have watched all of
And
these
have no
replays.
idea who I am.
Well, no, because I've told them about you.
Oh,
I've been
damn.
talking about our screenplay project. So Seasons of Magic is the screenplay that I'm working on with Sarah, because I took a screenwriting class in college.
And every time I try to write a script, it comes out horrible because, like, I put way too much description of everything going on and the places and the people and what they're wearing and all the things, and
Yeah.
it's just supposed to be dialogue.
Well, and I joke about, like, oh, I took one screenwriting class, which is technically true, but I have a background in playwriting and they translate really well. And so like I'm actually qualified to do this.
Yes, she's much better at it than I am, so.
And it's coming along really well.
I
I'm
haven't
at
looked.
42 pages.
Okay.
So and yeah, so in a screenplay, like it's formatted so that each page is like 1 minute of movie, or
Time.
approximately. It like averages out, I guess. So we're at like
42 minutes. We're
almost
like a
half of the
normal
movie.
TV episode length.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, I think we're zipping along. We are almost through book 1 because it's like a 4-book
Woohoo!
series. Book 1 is the longest and the most kind of, well, books 1 and 4 are like the
Four.
most intense, and so we kind of, like
We kind of
pared
pared
down 2
down
and
2 and 3 a
3
lot
to
and like
make
smushed some
room
things
for,
together and yeah.
yeah.
So like if you've
So
read
I'm
the books, you'll be able to like spot the differences, but like the overall like story and arc and everything is, I would say, unchanged.
Yeah. Well, and it's interesting because like, you know, everybody's always like, oh, the book is so much better than the movie. The book is so much better than the movie. But there have been a few movies and books that I've, read the book, seen the movie, either order, and
Yep.
liked the movie better. And in every case, except for The Princess Bride, this is not the case. But in the other ones, it's always been that the movie really follows the books really closely, and in fact like lifts dialogue directly from the books.
Hmm.
And it's just that like, and I really liked both of them, but the movie kind of gives you that visual like immersive,
Hmm.
experience, as it were. And so I'm kind of going for that. Not that I want this movie to be better than your books, but you know what I mean. Like I want it to be like close enough that it's like that people rave about both,
Yeah. Yep.
like High Fidelity is like the one that always pops into my head. I fucking love that movie. And I read the book and I was like, this is amazing. And also like that's a line from the movie. Like I'm just like,
I did
you
not know
know,
that that was a book. That's a John Cusack movie, right?
yeah, uh-huh. It's really good. But of course, like it's all about music. And so like the movie
Yeah,
has
no.
the
I the
soundtrack.
track. Yes,
And that's
absolutely.
the thing that like that's what clinches it for me of like why the
Yep.
movie is better, is because it's about music and
And
it's
they
got
yeah.
music.
Yep. I also
So
didn't realize The Princess Bride was a book, but I love that movie.
so the book is not very good.
I mean, the movie's iconic for
It is,
so
yes.
many reasons.
Yes. And the funny thing too is that in the book of The Princess Bride, it's an abridgment of a fake book that
Yep.
the author made up, but he's constantly talking about how this other book is not very good, and that's why he's abridging it. He's just putting in the good parts.
And it
but
wasn't
it's
very good.
not that good. And don't get me wrong, it's worth reading. Like, it's funny. It's really funny. But that story needs
It needs to be visual with all the different things and the different scenery and the
uh-huh.
torture scene.
Yeah. And honestly, like, I'm just gonna say it. It needs Carrie Elwes. Like,
Yes, it does.
and Robin, oh my god.
Oh, is that Robin Wright?
Yes, thank you. I was trying to say Robin Hobb, I'm like, "That's an author." But she, like, those 2 together just, like, make that movie, and then,
I
of
mean,
course,
I do
there's
think
all kinds of, like,
I,
I
I'm a
Billy
I do
Crystal and, like
yeah or yeah Mandy Patinkin
Yes, Andre the Giant.
long before he was on Criminal Minds he was Inigo Montoya.
Okay, I've never seen Criminal Minds. I know Mandy Patinkin more from musical theater, to be honest. And also there was, this amazing TV show in, like, the early 2000s that got canceled after 2 seasons, and I'm still bitter about it, Dead Like Me.
Yes.
It
Except the movie was terrible. The movie that they did
was
after it
so
was so bad.
disappointing,
So bad.
and I bought it, like, 'cause
I did
it
too.
didn't come out in theaters, right? Like, it was just straight to DVD, so I bought it, and I was, like, so excited, and I watched it, and I was like, "But this is just, like,
Dumb.
cheesy," and, like, it was so not the tone of the show. Like, the tone of the show was just, like, snarky as
Mean.
fuck. It was
It was.
fantastic. And then the movie was
Movie was
just like,
meh.
"And everybody's doing so well." It was ridiculous.
That's the hard thing with like revivals or reboot kind of like continuation things. Most of the time they suck.
It was essentially a wrap-up. Like, essentially,
Yeah.
that's what it was, is,
Yeah.
like, they got canceled before they were finished, so they wrapped it up,
Mhm.
which means it should have just
Been
been
the
good.
same.
Like, it should have just been the end of the show, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
But I think they, like, wanted to make it its own thing. Like, I think they thought that that was somehow, like,
They probably wanted
more
to
artistic
they're
or
like, "Oh, we're going to do a movie. Let's make it try to appeal to as many people as possible," rather than just being like,
but
"We're
it went
making
straight
it
to
for the
DVD.
people."
It's
I don't
it's
know.
only gonna appeal to the people who saw the show. Like,
Yeah.
that's
I don't know.
maybe they thought it was gonna have a theatrical release. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. I do feel like Firefly did a better job of the movie after
Mhm.
the show, but I also know that they intended to have more movies, and it's very clear in
How?
Serenity that, like,
How
it
could
doesn't
you
wrap
have it
everything up.
without Wash?
Well, no, but they were gonna wrap up other stuff, like,
Oh, okay.
they wanted to do multiple movies. In fact, I think I remember that they had, like, a trilogy planned,
Mm.
but they were like, "Only if Serenity does really well," and then I guess it didn't do really well, which is honestly kind of shocking to me because I feel like every single person I ever talked to is like, "Oh my god, Firefly!" But also, like, I don't talk to that many people, and the
Fair.
people I do are, like, the weird, nerdy people who like
Yeah. I
me.
mean, funny story, I actually saw Serenity before I had watched Firefly. Do not
Interesting.
recommend watching in reverse because I had no
No.
idea what was going on.
Yeah, and also, I feel like if you watch Serenity first, then, like, you already know everything that happens in Firefly.
I just remember just being very confused.
Yeah, no, they
It was
did
like one
not
of those I had
really.
been into Buffy and Angel at the time, and I'm like, "Oh, cool." And then I was like,
Gotcha. Yeah, no. I actually saw Firefly before I saw Buffy and Angel, which is weird.
"That
Cause
is
like, well,
weird."
so Buffy and Angel came out when I was, like, a kid, like, not a kid, but, like, a
But yeah,
teenager,
yeah.
and,
I mean, I
I
didn't
wasn't
watch it when
allowed
it was on.
I wasn't allowed to watch TV, and so, like, I didn't see it at all, and then when I was in college, Firefly was, like, new, but it was done. Like, it had
Yeah.
just, like, been canceled, and all of my friends were like, "You gotta watch this, you gotta watch this," and I was like, "Oh, okay." They were like, "It's by the same person as Buffy and Angel," and I was like, I
Who?
never saw those," and they're like, "What?" But we already
Yeah.
had Firefly right there, and so we
Yeah.
watched Firefly, and I was like, "This was amazing," and they're like, "Go watch Buffy," and so I watched Buffy, and the rest is history. Now I write
Yeah.
urban
I
fantasy
also
novels.
I also didn't watch Buffy until college as well.
Yeah.
So
I think I mean, like, if I had
But then
watched season 1 in 8th grade, like, I don't know that I would have
would
connected
have
that
kept
well.
going? Yeah. Yeah. My taste and interest in like sci-fi fantasy kind of stuff for TV definitely came like later in life.
No, I was interested in fantasy. It's more that, like, I was this very sort of punk goth, I don't wanna like anything mainstream kind of, like, belligerent teenager. And so, like, I think that Buffy's whole, like, perky little deal would
Oh, would have
have
pissed you off.
really, yeah, I don't think I would have liked it. And, or at least, or I would have just, like, refused to like it,
Like
you
it.
know?
Yeah. Even
Like,
if you deep down really did,
yeah,
you would have
yeah,
felt compelled to like, "Ugh, I can't like
much like the Spice Girls.
that." That was one of the first
Now,
CDs
at
I've
age
ever
41,
owned.
I can admit that I like the Spice Girls.
That was one of the first CDs I ever owned.
Oh, my first CD was Alanis Morissette.
I think technically my first CD was Hanson, but actually
Was
it might have
what?
been Michael Jackson.
Mm, a classic.
No, that was a cassette.
Oh, I had
Um,
lots of cassettes.
yeah.
My
We
first
are old enough that
cassette
we
was
had
Ace of
cassettes.
Base.
That was back before I knew anything about his skeeviness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What can you do?
Yeah. Hindsight.
Have we run out of things to talk about?
I don't know.
We've been talking for a good 20 minutes.
Have it?
Yeah, this
Really?
is about the length that I usually fizzle out on my streams.
That's fair.
So this is actually the longest one that I've had was like 20 minutes. And that was because I fizzled out and then like got my
Mojo back.
yeah, got my second wind like ranting about Trump.
Oh no, let's not do that.
Oh
We
no, no,
don't.
no. I'm just saying that's what I did on that one.
Oh,
We don't need
okay.
to do
No, we don't
that.
need to do that. No. No.
But we
No.
could wrap it up if you want. Do you want to plug your books really fast?
I can. So, I write urban fantasy and portal fantasy, and I also do cozy mysteries under the pen name S.E. Biglow. If you're into audiobooks, I am releasing all of my audio, one book at a time, um, over on my channel. I have probably 4 or 5 up right now in a whole bunch of different series, so you can come over and have a listen. I love all of my narrators, so they do a fantastic job.
She also has book trailers on there, and I made the book trailers.
Yes, she did.
I will.
They
I
go
will
out.
link.
They go out a week before
Yeah,
the books come out. So
I will link to Sarah's YouTube channel in the description. I already have your website on there, and your website has both your urban fantasy and your cozy
it
mysteries.
does.
Yeah,
Yep.
cool.
Yep. And you can, if you're into like print and ebooks and stuff, you can buy them at my site.
Yay. Yeah, always if you're like looking at an indie author's books, like go to their website because a lot of us put up like special editions and like
Early release and
yeah, early releases. We'll run sales pretty frequently sometimes. I mean, I do. I don't know if you do. Do you run sales?
so I have some like specific like bundle offers that you can get some pretty decent discounts on.
Mhm.
If you are a paperback lover and you want to check out Seasons of Magic, I have the entire 4 book series in paperback in a custom slipcase only available on my website. So it's super pretty. Come check it
That's
out.
exciting. So we just got like super salesy right at the end. But that's okay. We're trying to run businesses here, guys. Give us a break.
Yeah.
That was very defensive. All right. Bye.
Bye.
The 0 viewers that I see in the corner.